This is Zach Rosen reporting here live with iHeartRadio. Today we have an interview with the up-and-coming rapper, Rich Brian, also known as Brian Emmanuel Sawarno. This 20-year-old rapper has definitely proven through his music and background to be a rare and unique artist. The Indonesian rapper, singer, songwriter, and record producer is truly amazing. He is known for his new single debut album, Dat Stick, also known as History, Sailor, and he's just a great guy. Let's get back to the interview.
We got history, got me feeling the nostalgia when you look at me, thinking about what could've happened or what could've been.
Wow, Brian, I cannot believe we're actually meeting. I'm a true fan. I've learned so much about you during your rise to fame in the past 2 years. What was it like moving into a whole new environment when you were just 17? I can understand that a transition of this sort would be kind of crazy. I also heard you were jumping around from Airbnb to Airbnb, and you just recently bought a place in LA. How'd you get around? How'd you do it?
The whole Airbnb situation really helped me decide what type of home I saw myself living in and helped me decipher what I really needed in my home rather than what I thought looked cool. It was definitely crazy coming here by myself without any adults to tell me what to do and how to live.
In one of your new hit songs, you say, "I'll drive a Lambo to a bakery." Do you actually own a Lambo, and do you drive it to bakeries?
Haha. Well, for starters, I don't own a Lamborghini, and I have actually never driven in my life at all. Most of my life, I was either riding bikes in Indonesia or walking or getting rides from other people I knew.
That's so crazy. I never would have imagined that, but I guess it makes sense because you only moved here in the U.S. when you were 17. What was your education like in Indonesia, and why did you decide to become homeschooled rather than go to public school in Indonesia? Like, what was the deal, bro?
I just felt homeschooling was the right thing for me and really needed to help my parents run their local cafe in town that I lived in. I definitely think public school was an option as my father was a lawyer, but I never really thought anything of it and honestly wouldn't change a thing if I could go back.
Brian, something that a lot of fans and other rappers have noticed through your last two albums, Amen in 2018 and The Sailor in 2019, is your deep voice. When did you realize at such a young age that your voice was different from the guys around you?
Yeah, I honestly didn't know what happened with my voice through puberty, but I did see a reaction YouTube video where multiple rappers reacted to my first song, Dat Stick, which I filmed when I was 16, and they said I sounded way older than I was at the time.
Why the name Rich Brian? How has the controversy over your first stage name impacted your career?
You know, as a teenager, I was honestly just looking to get a name really quick that matched up with a lot of other rappers in the industry. Being of Asian Chinese descent, I just felt that it really wouldn't bother anyone, but I was wrong and just wasn't thinking. I really wasn't trying to offend anyone at all.
Brian, another thing fans have noticed is your rise to fame through the Vine app and YouTube. What can you say about these two platforms and the way they helped you become a mainstream artist?
Typically, YouTubers find themselves fully involved by their videos. Viners, as well as never really see the fame outside of their type of videos. For me, it was just a matter of feeling comfortable and having fun with fame. A huge part of my success was my first music videos on YouTube, but I wouldn't connect the fame I reached through Vine with the fame I reached through rapping.
How does your lifestyle in Indonesia impact your rise to fame? How has your Chinese descent either helped you or hurt you in the music industry?
Coming from the neighborhood I did and living a completely different life, and the way it seems living in the US is great. Coming into an industry, however, where not many rappers of Asian descent are placing the top hits on the Billboard is hard. Not many people have my back off the start, but being a young teen from Indonesia, where not seeing any rappers come out of is kind of difficult. I think the thing that honestly picked me up was my passion and my signing with 88 Rising Records. As many know, 88 Rising holds many artists of Asian descent. The support here is absolutely crazy, and I feel this label will truly bring me up in the future with my career.
Coming to the United States in 2017, between learning a completely new language and a new way of life in the United States, has it been hard transitioning and leaving your whole family and life behind in Indonesia?
The transition has been crazy. I think the hardest part was learning a new language so quickly. I honestly learned most of my English from YouTube, just watching simple videos and from creating a lot of videos on the Vine app, but it definitely has been hard and I really miss my family.
You made a song with the late XXXTentacion, Jahseh. How do you feel about his passing?
It's really sad what happened. I became really close with Jahseh. We used to talk to each other a few times a week. We even planned on making more music, and we planned on a lot of other things too. I still remember the last thing I said to him, "Yo, I'm coming to Florida soon, let's link." But he has impacted my career a lot and helped me out with so many things. I'm forever grateful for him.
Your story is truly amazing. Growing up in Indonesia, where you were born, you really came from an unnatural setting, whereas most artists nowadays in America aren't typically coming from. Where do you see yourself in 10 years when you're just 30 years old, Brian?
Yeah, growing up in Indonesia and being away from a lot of advantages, the United States as compared to where I grew up has really been crazy. Between technology and architecture in America, it has truly been a dream coming here and blowing up the industry right away. The American lifestyle seemed like a fantasy to me. Now that it has come true, I'm just excited to see what the future has to hold for my career.
Well, there you have it, folks. That was iHeartRadio reporting live here at WHS with Rich Brian. From almost having nothing in his hometown of Jakarta, Indonesia, to his life of luxury in Los Angeles. He wasn't always riding bikes in Indonesia. Now maybe he's driving Lambos to bakeries in Los Angeles. You know, you never know. But for your viewers back home, as Rich would say,
Stay fresh.
We got history. Got me feeling the nostalgia when you look at me. Thinking about what